This is exactly how to land your first remote high-ticket sales job without any prior experience. Now, I'm sure you've seen people online who are younger than you and barely graduated from high school making $5, $10, even $20,000 every single month and thought, that shit sounds way too good to be true. And I used to think the same exact thing back when I first started, which is exactly why I decided to create this video showing you in 5 simple steps how possible it actually is. My name is Brendan Zadow-Hogan, and I've sold in almost every niche, closing high-ticket deals for people you've probably heard of, like Brian Tracy, where our products range from 20,000 US dollars to 90,000 US dollars. And by the end of this video, you'll know the exact steps I would take if I had to start from the complete beginning, knowing what it is that I know now, so that you can learn the skill, land a job, and start getting your first commission check today. And if you want the exact step-by-step blueprint that I used to land these high-ticket offers, I attached one in the top link of the description down below that you can download for free. But first, let's begin with the basics. Now, what the hell even is remote high-ticket sales? Hopefully you already know if you clicked on this video, but if not, I'll briefly break it down here for you now. Now, there is setting and there is closing. And as an appointment setter, you will manage the inbox of a business owner's account in order to book in appointments for their sales team. People reach out to this business owner looking to learn more about their product or their service. And as a high-ticket closer, you would take these sales calls over Zoom and help the person on the other end to solve their problem. As an appointment setter, you will earn 5% commission on each new deal that you help close. As a high-ticket closer, you'll earn 10 to 15% commission, as it takes a bit more skill, more time invested, and longer to master. But as an appointment setter, how can you make $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 just sending DMs? And really, it's simple. These business owners sell products ranging between $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 or more, and your job when looking for these business owners is to find ones who sell the most expensive product imaginable. Because the more expensive the product, the more money in your pocket. Should go without saying. Now let's jump into step 2, which is arguably one of the most important parts, and that is landing your first high-ticket client or finding the first business owner to work with. And you do this through outreach. However, this is where 99% of people fail. It is also exactly where you will succeed. Because I'm not talking to the 99%. I'm talking to you. Now, most online coaches or gurus will tell you to send out 100 cold messages every single day, when that's just shit advice. And while it might have worked 3 years ago, the truth is that now there are bots that are able to send out thousands of messages every single day on Instagram at rates that you simply cannot keep up with. But do you know what you can keep up with? Is sending 5 to 10 extremely targeted and strategic messages that are highly creative towards business owners that you would want to work with. Because it does you no good to be in the middle of a bot sending 10,000 messages and you sending 100, 200, 500 that have no thought put behind them and are generic copy and paste. And what do I even mean by highly strategic, highly creative DMs? I'm glad you asked. Now, before you outreach to anyone that you want to work with, you should understand their target audience and what they sell. Figure out their sales process, opt into their funnel, and figure out ways where they can improve. And then you provide value to them by sending them a customized sales script or a DM setting script that they can use to book more leads and make more money. If you're an appointment setter, you can spend a couple of days engaging with their leads, people who are liking their posts or commenting on their posts. If you are a closer, offer to take sales calls for free and follow up with any of their old dead leads and say that you will close them commission free in order to prove what you were able to do. Next, create a custom video explaining why you reached out to them and why you made the changes in the sales process that you did. Your offer to this business owner should feel like it's no cost to try you, no obligation to keep working together, and there should be a clear benefit that's easy to measure. For example, I would close X number of calls without you having to do any work or waste any money on training or hiring you. Now, everybody, business owners included, look at their messages and look at their unopened DMs. What they do is read the first few words and immediately decide whether or not to respond. So if your message stands out and is different and doesn't look like a generic copy and paste bot, they will open it, they will read it, and it is a matter of time before you get a reply. Next, let's talk about the targeting. Now, how do you decide who to reach out to and who to create these strategic messages for? Let's talk about it. Now, you want to look for established business owners, of course, in the high ticket space that are selling a product or service at the minimum of 4,000 US dollars, and they are everywhere. Prioritize people who are making content, ideally on YouTube, podcasts, on Instagram, because they are attracting warm leads, people who are reaching out with interest to work with that person without any money on ad spend. You could find them on LinkedIn, Meta Ad Library. Even though I just said they're not spending any money on ads, most of them will be. So it is definitely worth checking out the ad library. You can find them on niche Facebook groups, school communities, of course, searching on YouTube, Instagram, Apple Podcasts. Again, they are everywhere. Now, in choosing who you want to work with, you want to create a list of 20 to 30 people, which should take no longer than 30 minutes. This is so you're able to follow up and make sure that you're not losing track with who you spoke with. And 80% of sales and replies are made after the 5th contact. I read that here somewhere. So do not forget to follow up. As you do, check their name off the list, and after some time, if you don't get any responses, create a new list, repeat, and do it again. You can warm them up by liking their post or commenting, swiping up, replying to their story, add value to their posts, talk about things you agree with, things you disagree with, something you learned after reading it or looking at it. Not something like, fire post, bro. They will probably block you. Each day, go through this list as the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning so you don't forget it or put it off, and make sure that you followed up and interacted with at least 5 people. And after a couple of weeks, you still have not landed a job, create a new one. Next, you want to reverse engineer this list so you can take the names and then spiderweb into other people who work for that person in their company or who know them personally and begin reaching out to their contacts. Find who they trust, their business partners, mentors, team members. And the easiest way to find these people is through the People tab on LinkedIn. If you search for the business owner's name or the name of their company, there is a People tab which will show you employees working at that company. Add them to the list, reach out, spark some conversation, and once they recognize your name, you can ask for a quick intro, and referrals are by far one of the most powerful ways to get hired. Speaking of referrals, that brings us on to the last and final step. And now when you do get rejected, because it is part of the process, you can turn that rejection into a referral. If someone says to you, no, we are not hiring, don't leave it there. Say, no problem. Do you have anyone in your network that you know who is? This will get you more names, which you can add to your list, and again, spiderweb and monkey branch out from there. If you treat this like your full-time job until you land a role, it is simply a matter of time before you do, and you're making money online from anywhere in the world. 2 years ago, I started exactly where you are. I had no degree, no experience, no connections, just a laptop and an internet connection, and the need to make it work. Imagine waking up without an alarm clock, walking onto your balcony, opening up your laptop, working for a few focused hours, taking Zoom calls while overlooking the beach, and by noon, you've finished your work, made more money than most people make in an entire week, and now you're deciding whether to go to the gym, get a massage, explore a new city, or take a flight to the next country. This type of lifestyle isn't just a fantasy. It's only a few months of focus and dedicated work away. And once you have that kind of freedom, you will never want to go back to a normal life again. And if you want my full blueprint on exactly how to outreach and land these high-ticket roles, click the top link in the description down below and you can download it for free. Or follow me on Instagram, let me know you came from this video, and I'll walk you through it step by step myself. Speak soon.